What's going on, fragrance lovers? Welcome back to my channel. I've been asked to do this video. You hear a lot of people talking a lot of stuff about niche fragrances, some positive, some negative. Depends on who you talk to. Alright? One of the biggest digs on niche fragrances is that they're wicked expensive. Alright? But a lot of people still want to, wear them by virtue of the fact that there are so many people that do decants and stuff like that. People get like, 10 mil, 20 mil vials, whatever, to wear the fragrances. So, fragrances that you can buy full bottles that won't break the bank. Under $130, alright? From $85 to $130. Easy stuff. You can still smell unique without having to break the bank. And this journey begins right now. Let's go. Alright, once again, people, welcome back to my channel. As you read in the title, these are niche fragrances that will not break the bank. And I realize that that is subjective, but as far as niche is concerned, if you're used to those niche fragrances that go anywhere from like, $300, $500, $700, and sometimes as much as $1,000, then yeah, no, none of that stuff is gonna be in this video. Still smell unique. Here you go. You don't have to dig deep in your pockets or your pocketbook. You can just go ahead and roll with these. And again, not breaking the bank. Here we go. Cartel is a mystery. Nancy, you can't fix it. The first one is coming out of the house of Cartusia, and this is called Terra Mia. Now, I can tell you that this is a coffee fragrance. Very nice coffee fragrance with hazelnut, all right? Gonna be sweetened up with some vanilla, some sweet white florals like jasmine and orange blossom, a little bit spicy, and some citrus in there as well. But the standout here, coffee, hazelnut coffee. All right, Terra Mia. Next up, from the house of Ex Idolo, this is Rida. This was featured. I think this has been featured in a couple of my videos. This basically is a tad less smoky version of Amber Absolute, and just a little bit more powerful, just a tad, all right? I really wish they'd bring that back, but if they don't, no worries. This is almost a dead ringer for Amber Absolute. Absolutely beautiful, Ex Idolo Rida. All right, and now this $18.99, all right? A little bit boozy. Well, let's put it this way. This is a spicy, boozy fragrance with some cinnamon, and it's got some teeth with the vetiver, a little bit of amber at the end, and a tad bit sweet, but mostly spicy and boozy. This one is slept on, all right? This is a 60 ml bottle right here. Of course, again, remember, some of these fragrances are gonna come in multiple sizes. You're talking like, 30, 50, 60 mil, 75 mil, but you're really gonna see 100 ml bottle under $100, but a couple of them are. This is a 60 ml variety, very nice fragrance. A lot of people say that this is kind of similar to Spice Bomb by Victor and Rolf. I've never sniffed that, I couldn't tell you, but it is a nice fragrance, long lasting, wicked pisser. All right, once again, $18.99. All right, next up, Imaginary Authors. This is Memoirs of a Trespasser. Most of you guys know this. Very niche, very unique, smoky, big time smoky, woody, tad bit sweet. Josh knocked it out of the park with this one. Very inexpensive, but very powerful and long lasting, and a very nice, unique fragrance. Okay, once again, Memoirs of a Trespasser. All right, next fragrance is Majda Bakali's Tule Tula. Cherry fragrance with candied almonds, a little bit of malt, frangipani. Tonka is going to be a little bit suede at the end, and just a tad bit, toothy with that star anise, all right? Pardon me. Long-lasting fragrance, What you're looking at right now is the 120 mil variety. I believe this comes in a 50 mil variety as well. Really, really nice. You like cherries, jump on it. Next fragrance, again, Imaginary Authors. This one is called Every Storm a Serenade. And all you need to know about this monster is it is very, very aquatic. Wicked aquatic. You like aquatic fragrances, man, holy mackerel, this is aquatic. I mean, you spray this on and you're gonna think you're, on the high seas like Captain Ahab or some other barnacle bastard.
If not for the courage of the fearless crew, the minnow would be lost.
Very, very, very aquatic fragrance. Salty, just amazing, and powerful as hell. Every Storm a Serenade, Imaginary Authors. Next fragrance from the house of Shea and Blue. This is Framboise Noir. Jammy.
Jam.
Brother, done.
Oh, jam.
Wicked, wicked jammy. This is the only fragrance I've ever sniffed with the cranberry note. All right? All kinds of berries. Wild berries, raspberries, and cranberries. Plus, it's got a little bit of oud, and it's woody. Very, very powerful. Very cheap. Very cheap for a niche fragrance, but believe me, it is a monster. Long-lasting powerhouse. Framboise Noir from Shea and Blue. The next fragrance is coming out of the house of Rana, and this one is called Plum Rose. Like really, what's in the name? Add some fruits, florals, cantaloupe, raspberries, and there you go. Another beautiful fragrance. Next cheap niche is from Phoebe Peacock, and this is Besame Mucho. This is a chocolatey variety of patchouli. Absolutely incredible and very powerful. The next fragrance is coming out of the house of Alexandra J. This is called Zephyr Oud Vanille. What you're gonna have here is toffee, coconut, leather, and obviously oud and vanilla. Absolutely incredible. This kind of reminds me of M. Nicholas Vanille Oud, except this one adds coconut to the flavor. So if you want something very much similar to that, but you don't want to pay the high price tag, get on this. This is, by the way, more powerful than the more expensive M. Nicholas. But they're both good, but they're kind of similar, but again, this is a lot less expensive. All right, and the next fragrance is Histoire de Parfum, and this is, all right, this is a very, very unique fragrance. You're gonna be hard pressed to find anything that smells like this. A crazy amount of notes in here, right? So many florals, lots of citruses, licorice, dark chocolate, patchouli, and suede. All right, the next cheap niche, vanilla tobacco from the house of Rana. What's in the name? There you go. And our next cheap niche is coming out of the house of Tower. This is Lait du Désert Marocain. You guys know it. I literally do not have to introduce this fragrance. Everybody watching this video knows what this is and what it smells like. Absolute freaking beast, all right? Smells fantastic. I'll never forget walking through Epcot and a lady, I was walking through Epcot with my wife. This was before my daughter was born. And she literally chased me down and said, wow, you smell fantastic. And it really does. You're literally gonna think you're on a friggin' desert in Northern Africa. All right, moving on. Next cheap niche, Lait et Chocolat. From the house of Chabard. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. My French sucks. Anyway, what it means is milk and chocolate, and that's exactly what it smells like. Very nice fragrance. Next cheap niche is going to be from the house of Uncle Serge, baby, and this is called Baptême de Feu. I reviewed it. Go check it out. It smells like you're in basic training, infantry OSUT, Fort Benning, firing your weapon downrange, in the prone position. Sitting next to you is a big plate of gingerbread cookies and a glass of OJ. Done. The next cheap niche, coming out of the house of Aqua de Palma. Everybody knows it. Arancia di Capri. This is one of the best citrus fragrances in history. I only know of 3 citrus fragrances that can outduel this one. And you know they have to be good. But I can tell you now that the 3 that are better than this are way more expensive. So again, you don't want to break the bank, hit this up, you'll be good to go. Next up, from Imaginary Authors, and this one is called Yesterday Haze. Another banger from Josh. This is a monster. What does it smell like? I'm gonna say figs smothered in whipped cream and other fruits. There you go, done. Very powerful. Next fragrance is from the house of Alexandra J. This is called Silver Ombre. Fantastic. This is a pear fragrance, and that's all you need to know. That's all it is a pear fragrance. I mean, there are other notes in there, but the standout is the pear. Very, very pronounced. Unbelievable fragrance right here. And again, will not break the bank. Next fragrance. Again, Imaginary Authors. Let me put it this way. No fragrance from this house will ever break the bank, all right? You are assured of monstrous fragrances, very, very unique, like all of these are, very inexpensive as niche fragrances go. Cape Heartache, okay? This literally is like some weird hybrid evergreen tree that grows strawberries. All right, the next one is from the house of Majda Bakali, Fusion Sacré. Boozy fragrance with lots of rum, coffee, caramel, citrus, and celery. Don't let the celery fool you. A lot of people are put off by the fact that they see a celery note in there. You absolutely can detect it. I can tell you right now, if you don't like celery, you're not gonna like at least the opening in this fragrance. But when it dries down, the celery dies and everything else comes to light, and it is fantastic. A very nice boozy coffee fragrance with citruses, right? Next up, you guys know it, Arabian Oud. This is Calumet Black. I say again, if you can find the original formulation, you need to get it. As I've heard, the new formulation is absolutely terrible, watered down crap. This fragrance, in its old iteration, is insanely gorgeous and all powerful. All I can say is, I'm glad I got mine. Next up, Caprice de Sophie. Again, don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but here it is in case you're wondering. Again, my French sucks. Citrus, berries, florals. Beautiful, all right? Next up, Black's Club Leather by Shea and Blue. Monster, absolute freaking monster. Big smoky leather with booze and honey, done. And speaking of booze, my next cheap niche from the house of Parfums d'Empire. This is, man, dude, this is old school right here. I've had this, look at the bottle. I've had it for friggin' years and years. Still going strong, still smells phenomenal. Take a leather jacket, douse it in vodka, douse it in champagne, douse it in tea. Then you're gonna add some cinnamon and amber, flippin' amazing. Next up, from the house of Ajmal, this is Amber Wood. Big plays in here, green apple, lavender, incredible. We are down to just 3 fragrances left. And this one is called Lale. My French is awful, but I believe that means male and female. I guess, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. I can't pronounce the house. I think it's called Y.S. Uzak. Not really sure. Anyway, it's a beautiful citrus scent. Very, very low flyer, but make no bones. It is a niche fragrance and it smells phenomenal. And next up, cheap niche, Francesca Bianchi. This one is called The Dark Side. All right, this is powerful. Very small. I think it's a 30 ml, but believe me, you don't need any more than that. This is gonna consist of honey, smoke, and resins. And the very last of the fragrances that will not break the bank is from the house of Jeroboam. This is called Insulo. Just 3 notes listed, people. Vanilla, amber, and musk. Now, keep in mind, These fragrances are not listed in any specific order. They are all random. All right, so you choose from these to see which ones you want. The ones that are like, not expensive, kind of flying under the radar. Again, a lot of these you're not going to hear a lot about, which is ironic because you hear a lot of people complaining about how niche fragrances are so wicked expensive. Fragrances right here that fly in the face of that sentiment. At least, I mean, I'm not stupid. I get it. Niche fragrances are crazy expensive for the most part, but as you can see, if you dig deep enough, you will find fragrances that are not gonna break the bank, and you can still smell unique and still smell phenomenal, different from everybody else. And again, will not send you to the poorhouse. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this very highly requested video. Give it a thumbs up, all that good stuff. You know how it works. You guys are awesome. All right. Keep supporting me. I appreciate it. Hey, sorry guys. So real quick, I got a last minute entry as I take my little girl for her morning walk before work. This is Bella. Hey Bella. Anyway, and this one is coming out of the house of 4160 Tuesdays, and this one is called The Dark Heart of Old Havana. What you're gonna get here is a tobacco fragrance with coffee, sugar, peaches, and rum. Absolutely incredible. Anyway, that's my last minute entry. Oh, the price of this monstrosity, $90. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you later.